Hello. This is Sterling series again. So we continue from where we left off. Um, let's go learn how to round up numbers to the nearest 10,000, 1,000, 100 whole number. Okay, so we did the rounding up numbers to the nearest 1,000 in our last video. So want to find out how to round up numbers to the nearest 100. To the nearest 100. So like I said in the initial one, to do this you need to know the place value of the numbers. So you try labeling your numbers from your right. So the ones, the tens, the hundreds, and the thousand. Then with that you'll be able to know the place value of the numbers. Then you can apply the rules. So like I said again, you can pause the video and try your hands on this one and see whether you got them correct. So when you do that and you get this, so you're on the right path. So let's see how to round off numbers to the nearest 100. So the rule number 1 says that while round up to the nearest 100, check the digit to the right. It's the same as the 1001. So while rounding up the numbers to the nearest 100, check the right digit right to the 100 place. If it's less than 5, that's after 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, then all the numbers next to the place value position are replaced with zeros. So the rule number 2 is just like the other one too. If it's greater than or equal to 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, then what you have to do, add 1 to the number at the 100 place and then replace the numbers next to the 100 position with zeros. So let's see how we can apply these numbers. But before we go on, I want you to know the general rule. The general rule says that while rounding up numbers to the nearest place value, check the digits right to the place value. If it is less than 5, so it's either the place value means either it's 100, 10,000, or 100. If you round off to the nearest 100, the nearest 10 to the nearest 10,000, all that you have to know is that you check the digit right to the place value. If it's less than 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, replace all the others next to it with zeros. And then if it's greater than or equal to 5, add 1 to the place value and then the number of the place value and then replace the others with zeros. So let's see how we can do round up numbers to the nearest. So it means that if it is to the nearest 1,000, like I said, the nearest 100, you do like you apply the rules accordingly. So let's see, we have 8,211. We want to round it up to the nearest 100. To the nearest 100. So let's try to get our place value right. So you write the place values starting from our one side. So we have 8211. So to the nearest 100, what's the number at the 100 position is 2. The number next to the 2 is what? 1. The value right of the 100 position is what? 1. So 1 is 1 less than 5. Yes. All the numbers next to the 100 place are replaced with zeros. So we write our number 8 and 2, then replace all the numbers next to the 100 position with 0. So the 1 is replaced with 0 and the other 1 is also replaced with 0. So you have 8200. So 8200. So 8200. Okay. So note the rule. The place value in question is what? 2. The number right to it is what? 1. The 1 is less than 5. So replace all the other digits with zeros. Okay. So let's go again. So 100 position again. So 100 position is 5. The number right to it is what? 4. The number right to it is what? 4. Is 4 less than 5? Yes. So all the numbers next to the 100 position or 100 place values are replaced with zeros. So we have 4, 5 first, and all the numbers next to the 100 position are replaced. So we have 4, 5, and then 0, 0. So answer is what? 4,500 or 4,500. So let's see. We want to apply the rule number 2, 2, and C. So we have 2768. So after getting our place values right, so the number right to the 100 position is what? 6. Is 6 greater than or equal to 5? Yes, the rule says what? Add 1 to the number at the 100 place. Add 1 to the number at the 100 place. The number at the 100 place is what? 7. 7. So we add 1 to the 7, get 8. The other numbers at the right of 7 are replaced with zeros. So I will write our 2. The number at the 100 position changes from 7 to what? 8. And then the others are replaced with 0. So the number at the 10 position is 0. It's replaced with 0. The number at the 8 position is replaced with 0. So we have 2,000. 2800, 2800 as our answer. Let's see the next slide and see. So this also application of rule number 2. So it's 5863. Get the place values right. Write the 1, 10, 100 and 1000 on it. So the number in question here is at the 100 position is what? 8. The right to 8 is what? 6. So we ask ourselves, the number right to the 100 position is what? 6. Is 6 greater than or equal to 5? Yes. So it says what? Add 1 to the number at the 100 position. The number at the 100 position is what? 8. 8. 8. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So we add 1 to 8 and that gives us what? 9. So we write all the numbers. So you have 5, the 8 changes to 9, and then the other numbers are replaced with 0. So we have the 6 is replaced with 0, the 3 is also replaced with 0. So that helps us. So now we know how to apply the rule number 1 and rule number 2. So this is the number to the nearest 100 position, the nearest 100 to the nearest 100. So that's the way you go about it. So to the nearest whole number. So this is the general rule. You can write them down somewhere so that you apply them. As you apply them, you get used to it. So I advise you to write the rule somewhere, apply them, get used to it, and then all the others will be easy to do. So kindly click on the subscribe button if you like the video. And also try to like the video too. Thank you very much, and we'll come back to you again with other examples again. This is Sterling series. Click subscribe. Thank you.